councils are being given powers to ban takeaways near schools. I'm going to read into this piece here from the Times, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from the Times with the headline that councils have been given powers to ban takeaways near schools. A Times investigation has revealed how councils' attempt to ban unhealthy food outlets were being thwarted by challenges made by fast food giant KFC. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share it across social media so others are notified of this video. This is a very interesting discussion that I've talked about in the past, and one of them I really want to get some feedback on this one, because while I'm kind of leaning on the side of this decision to ban takeaways near schools. However, also there's a lot of places where you just simply can't ban them because of where those schools are. I think there needs to be done about this, because what tends to happen a lot when it comes to kids when they come out of school is that they, rather than having their dinners when they're supposed to have dinner when they're at home with their parents now, they just go to the fast food chains. They go to these places and they end up just eating what's in them. And to the businesses, at the end of the day, they're just making money. They don't care. It's not their fortitude. It's not their play. However, one of the things they're looking at doing here is to ban those takeaways near schools. Now, I do think that there needs to be more to be done to tackle this issue. I don't know if, like, say for example, closing fast food chains when schools are open is a good idea. Because I'm just imagining right now, right? Just picture this right now, like for example, a KFC being opened at like 11 and half 11 or whatever, and then it has to close at 3 o'clock before the school opens. And then it's not allowed to open for what, 4 hours or something, until like 6 o'clock or something. Like, just imagine takeaways being forced to do something like that. You know, it's very uneasy. It seems a bit unfair on the fast food chains, because it's not really, to them, it's not, you know, you can argue it's not really their fault that kids come into them. But the other option is then, well, why don't you, which some people could put in the comments, and I'm sure some people will argue, well, Regan, why don't we just say, well, school kids are not allowed into the fast food chains? So if kids with school uniforms turn up, they can't be served. You could do that. But then the staff, I can just see staff getting holes of abuse for not feeding them. So that could be an option as well. Maybe there should be some kind of ban, unless they are with their parents. Unless they are with their parents, then they'd be allowed food. Like, maybe there should be some, maybe not even just councils. Maybe this is something that there should be a serious consideration and a debate that should be had in the House of Commons about, because we need to tackle obesity. We do have obesity issue. I think that is something that people have. But we do want to encourage kids to have healthy food. We do want to encourage it, but we do know that a lot of school kids, when they come out, if they've got the money on them, you know, they'll go and they'll have chicken and chips and whatnot, and they'll stuff themselves full. So they keep having that unhealthy food all the time. So there does need to be an issue here. So maybe there is some need for this, but I think there needs to be more discussion about this, because it's not just a case of what the government or council's decisions make. We need to have a discussion with schools about this. We need to have a discussion with the parents about this and how they would feel about this kind of situation as well. There needs to be a broader discussion between schools, parents, councils, about what can be done, what's the best option here, rather than just banning these takeaways outright. Because I can understand KFC's point of view. At the end of the day, they're just there to do it. It's not their job to monitor kids or to dictate it. But I definitely think that there needs to be a broader discussion on this issue. So let's read a bit more into this, you guys. So, the government has given council powers to ban new takeaways from opening near schools after a Times investigation revealed how councils attempted to do this were being thwarted by challenges made by the fast food chain KFC. Labour issued a national planning policy framework on Thursday, which tells councils what to consider when deciding planning applications in their area. The rules introduce much stronger restrictions on where new takeaways can open. Before, the rules only required councils to enable and support healthy lifestyle, which was open to wide interpretation. They must now prioritise preventing ill health. Local planning authorities have been told to refuse applications for new fast food outlets within walking distance of schools unless the location is in a designated town centre or in locations where there is evidence there is a concentration of takeaways is having an adverse impact on local health. The Times revealed in December last year that KFC had challenged plans by 43 local authorities to restrict the number of takeaways near their schools between 2017 and 2023. In more than half the cases, the fast food giant has succeeded, and town hall bosses have either abandoned their plans to significantly water them down. Strengthening national guidance will now mean that the councils affected by this can introduce a child obesity policy in which KFC had opposed. Andrew Guimont, Minister for Public Health and Prevention, said every child deserves a happy, healthy life to start. Giving local authorities the power to block applications for unhealthy takeaways near schools puts children's health first and stops fast food chains targeting pupils. Yeah, this is the fact that the KFC have been pushing this and they know that kids will come to them. It is pretty disgusting if they are deliberately and intentionally looking to build near a school so that they can target children. That's pretty terrible. This is just one action that we are taking to give children the best start in life and protect their health. Catherine Jenner, Director of Obesity Health Alliance, said the government and the Chief Medical Officer of England have recognised the food environment entrenches inequalities and promotes obesity instead of promoting good health. This must change. We know that not all children are equally at risk. Fast food outlets are disproportionately clustered in most deprived areas of the country, where children are twice as likely to develop obesity by the time they leave primary school. Empowering local councils to create healthier food environments is crucial. Alice Wiseman, Vice President of the Association of Directors of Public Health, said the vast majority of people, parents and grandparents who want us to protect children from junk food in their local area, but action at a local level is difficult to implement and often hampered by industry influence. Finally, we have a signal from the very top of government that local leaders can create a healthy food environment rather than treating obesity once it is there. From Bernard of the food policy charity Sudan said every child should be able to grow up healthy no matter which neighbourhood they are from. Planning policy is incredibly important. It determines the kind of food that we grow, whether our high streets are flooded with unhealthy food or whether we have the space to grow and cook food. We welcome the government's ambition to prioritise children's health and look forward to seeing the details. Yeah, so at the moment we don't have too much on the details, but I think this is a discussion that is definitely worth talking more about. Like I said, we want to encourage them. But I do think perhaps there should be something looking into, especially when there are schools not far away, very close to town centres and whatnot, because it still can encourage those kids going into town centres, what they do, and still going to the fast food chains and whatnot. There needs to be something there to help tackle this. There needs to be something more to help tackle this. Now, maybe that this is something that perhaps should be looked into, that perhaps banning kids from fast food chains between 3 and 7 o'clock. Maybe some kind of curfew should be imposed to force children to either go home and have a meal or to go to a healthy place to eat or something like that. There needs to be something. There needs to be something more looking into this. If it helps drive obesity down, I think this should be a general discussion we should look into. Now, it'd be I can easily see some people being hypocritical, saying that maybe, Regan, you're going to stretch too far, perhaps banning fast food chains from being open in a certain period when schools have just come out. And I say, yeah, from 3 to 7, because that's the period when schools open up, and that's where most of the kids are out. And by 7 o'clock, most of them are at home. The majority are at home by then. Will this hurt, obviously, fast food chains? Yes, it will. Perhaps maybe even Monday to Thursday, and then Friday, if they want to treat themselves, they can treat themselves to one fast food chain or something. There needs to be something. On this. I don't think it's just enough in rural areas where they're trying to build near the schools. I think there needs to be something done around towns and that, because there are schools close walking distance to town centres. We know that up and down. So I do think there needs to be a general discussion about this. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What would you recommend instead? What actions, if any, would you do with regards to this? And do you think it's right that the government stop fast food takeaway chains having themselves built near schools? Maybe in some of your countries, maybe some people from other nations are living, they have different plans. But let me know what you guys think about this and more down in the comment section below. Interested to hear your feedback on this. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate. Share this across social media so others are notified of this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing because it really does help support the channel. If you want to go one step further and financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or you can join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching. So I hope to catch you all very, very soon.